YFG94. What's up, gang? Question for y'all. What's been the biggest butterfly effect, good or bad, in UFC MMA? Wow. I'll be honest, the first thing that just came to mind as I was reading that was Conor fighting Floyd. If Conor McGregor doesn't fight Floyd, and he's coming off the Eddie Alvarez fight, and instead of waiting, Eddie Alvarez fight was November of 2016. Floyd fight was August of 2017. If he doesn't fight Floyd, and let's say he comes back, I don't know, July against any other lightweight or featherweight, and let's say he wins up, like maybe everything's different. Doesn't get the same kind of money, doesn't change his training. That's an interesting one. What else? What if
that's the one?
That's the one. I was going to say, like, what if Artem never says those things about Khabib, which leads to the interaction in the Brooklyn hotel, which leads to them flying over, which leads to the dolly, which leads to the fight, and blah, 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 blah.
What if Tony or Khabib didn't pull out of the
What if Tony doesn't trip over that freaking cord?
But you could do like 6 different ones for Tony and Khabib. You know, there's like every version that got it canceled. What if it didn't happen and we did get Tony versus Khabib?
Yeah, I feel like it's like any fight that ended up getting canceled.
What's the greatest what if fight in UFC history? Meaning the fight that we all thought was going to happen and never happened.
Khamzat versus Nate Diaz.
Tony Khabib.
Nah. Khamzat versus Nate Diaz.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, no, but you know what? You got me thinking. If Khamzat fights Nate Diaz, and let's say he beats him convincingly, as many people feared, does Nate fight Jake Paul?
Oh, you're saying if Khamzat beat Nate Diaz convincingly?
Yeah. Does Nate fight Jake? Does Nate even leave the UFC? Does his value plummet to where he has to resign? That is kind of an interesting butterfly effect. What happens if Anderson Silva doesn't break his leg against Chris Weidman?
Well, he had already lost.
Yeah, I know, but does he get the belt back?
What happened if Chael became champ that night?
Oh,
the John Jones toe.
Okay, well, if Chael would have become champ that night, he would have tested positive for PEDs the month after, so he would have been stripped.
This is the Silva fight.
Yeah.
But what if
still? Which fight are you talking about? Are you talking about the Jones fight or the Silva fight?
I'm talking Silva.
Yeah, but
what
there's
if
also
on the Jones fight,
his toe is dangling.
John Jones' toe doesn't allow him to continue, and Chael Sonnen beats John Jones because of the toe.
Here's another one. What if the owners of the San Jose Sharks don't sell Strikeforce to Zuffa?
Yeah.
And they just say, we're sticking with this.
That one, I feel like we end up in the same spot.
You think so? Where's Strikeforce 3-4 years later?
I think if we end up in the same spot.
You think so?
The biggest one is Conor. If Conor doesn't go fight Floyd Mayweather, what happens? MMA is drastically different from that.
You think so?
And the fight is Tony versus Khabib.
What if the UFC doesn't sell to Endeavor? Does anything change? Or not really?
Somebody else buys him at some point.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another one. Is there another one? What if they don't book Holly Holm versus Ronda? She goes undefeated for like 4 more years. Probably not.
Someone said in the chat,
next fight.
What if Izzy never made fun of Poetan for drinking in a bar?
Wow.
If they never talked Alex into chasing him down.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's funny.
Wow. By the way, what if they would have gotten rid of the flyweights in 2019? There'd be no Joshua Van. No, not feeling it?
It wouldn't be materially different.
There'd be no Joshua Van. There'd be no Alexandre Pantoja.
Well, I mean, but like Van is like a...
There'd be yeah.
He's like a beloved figure right now. But yes, I'm just saying like all those guys wouldn't have come. They'd be fighting maybe...
A lot of them would just be bantamweights if we're being real.
Sure. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.